What's up, Raptors fans? Welcome to the Warriors Report. The Raptors are building something very special, and it is being led by these two here who you see in the picture. Now, we know Fred VanVleet has been on absolute fire the last 5 games, so I'm going to talk about their individual play in today's video. I'm going to highlight some of their statistics as well. So if you're ready to watch this video, make sure to hit the like button, as it does help reach more basketball fans like yourself. And if you want to hit the subscribe button, we are super close to 2,800 subscribers. That would be very much appreciated. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. Now, as you guys know, I do like to give out shout outs on this channel. So for today's video, the shout out does go to John Jakelick. So John, thank you so much for supporting this channel and always getting those trivia questions correct. And with that being said, let's talk a little bit about Fred VanVleet, who has been on absolute fire. So this one's highlighted by NBA Central on Twitter when you talk about his last 5 games. And if I had not shown you that name, you would think this is someone who is an elite talent in the NBA. And this is just so much fun to watch coming from Fred VanVleet, given the fact that he went from an undrafted player who was fighting really hard to get minutes. And if for those of you guys who remember, he didn't start getting minutes until injuries happened to DeLon Wright, who was supposed to be our backup point guard at that time, and Kyle Lowry as well. That's when he really started to get minutes, from becoming an undrafted player to barely getting minutes to becoming an NBA championship and NBA champion, I should say, and also looking to become a first-time All-Star this year. So those statistics are very impressive, but I wanted to go in depth and give you some statistics over his last 5 games and his averages. And like I said, guys, you take away the name, you would think this is maybe Kevin Durant or James Harden putting up these statistics. I think when it's our own players putting up these numbers, we become a little bit numb as to how great they're actually doing, because 31.4 points over the last 5 games, 4.4 rebounds, 8.4 assists is what is really impressive to me, because Fred VanVleet coming into this season, there are a lot of question marks about him not being able to pass, not him just not being a point guard, a natural point guard, and him being more of a shooting guard. So it's just really nice to see that assist column right up there. And not only is he scoring the ball really well, as you see there by his field goal percentage, he's hitting it at a decent clip, and his 3-point percentage is absolutely insane. 47.5% from the 3-point line. And his BPM, for those who don't know, box plus minus is the impact the player has, is an average. This is an average. This is not even the total. An average of 15.8 per game over the last 5 games. So personally, I'm really impressed by Fred VanVleet. We have to take into consideration that this is his very first season as the main point guard. We knew he was playing with Kyle Lowry. So to see him do this is absolutely impressive, given his height, given the fact that he really struggled attacking the basket as well, but he's been on absolute fire. I mean, if you are watching this video, you know what? After you're watching this video, I should say go vote for him, because he definitely deserves to be an all-star, and he's putting up all-star-like numbers. Now, it's also very important to talk about Pascal Siakam as well, but I do want to highlight some of Fred VanVleet's numbers. Now, when you take a look at his numbers here, obviously the last 5 games have really helped his statistics for the season. Before the season, he's averaging 21.3 points, 4.9 rebounds, 6.7 assists. And as you see there, he's hitting the field goal percentages at a decent clip as well, shooting the ball fairly well. 44.1% from the field is really good, considering the fact, like I said, guys, the question mark coming into this season was Fred VanVleet can't finish around the rim. He's got a low field goal percentage, and a lot of people were even questioning whether or not he should be our starting point guard. And I haven't even talked about the impact he has defensively, but that we'll save for another video. But he's been really impressive. And look at that 3-point ball as well, 40.5% from the 3-point ball. The fact that he's having a huge impact on the defensive end, he's scoring the ball for you, he's doing a lot of different things. So I think he definitely deserves to be an all-star. And we also, again, like I said, guys, we have to talk about Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam, who was getting a lot of hate early on. A lot of fans were saying to trade him. He's overpaid. I think he's finally understood his role a little bit, not only over these 5 games, but you've seen him perform quite well for over a couple of weeks now. But again, like I said, I want to highlight his last 5 games because he's been doing a lot of different things that has really personally impressed me. I think he's really just realized that he doesn't always necessarily need to shoot the ball a lot and score a lot. He doesn't have to force himself, if you understand what I mean, as opposed to last year where we really saw him trying to force possessions, really trying to get his own baskets. He's understood his role, that he's got really nice players around him. In fact, that Fred VanVleet is absolutely going off definitely helps as well. But Pascal Siakam, despite all of that, he's putting up 23.3 points per game. 11.4 rebounds is huge. He's had some monster games on the rebounding end. he had that one game where he's got 19 rebounds. So Pascal Siakam, I'm really impressed by that because we know the Raptors obviously don't have a legitimate starting center, and we were going with a small ball lineup, and we needed those rebounds. So he's doing a great job of that. And personally, what has impressed me most about Pascal Siakam, we knew he's a decent passer, but it's the way he's finding his teammates is what has really impressed me. His court vision is absolutely unbelievable. Like I said, he's really bought into that role that, you know what, he doesn't have to be a number one option. If he works to his strengths, which he is doing, he gets double team and he moves the ball right away, and he's finding guys in the corner for the 3-point shot. He's just doing a really good job of finding some of his teammates and just being a point forward, if you want to call it, kind of like a Ben Simmons. I know that's probably not the best comparison given that, Raptors fans don't necessarily like him, but he's been really impressive. And again, his field goal percentage has been really, really good as well. He's been shooting the ball efficiently. 52% from the field is very nice. And his box plus minus, guys, this skill is so underrated when we talk about statistics. Again, like I talked about Fred VanVleet, these are just averages over the last 5 games. This isn't even the total. So per game, he's averaging 15.4 plus box minus, which is really impressive. So the impact he has when he's on the floor, the impact that Fred VanVleet has on the floor is very impressive because take into consideration, just a couple of weeks ago, a lot of Raptors fans were saying we need to blow up this team, we need to trade. And I know the Raptors fan base may not be sold yet. Again, it is a 3-game winning streak. It's a good start, though. It's a good start. It will be a good test starting today when we're playing the Milwaukee Bucks and on Friday when we play the Utah Jazz. But again, this is time to get excited because we are led by some of our veteran players who have been here for a decent amount of time. They're 27, 28 years old. So they're the leaders of this team. And obviously, they have a lot of nice pieces surrounding them like Scotty Barnes, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., as well as some bench guys as well. So personally, I've loved what I've seen from these guys. And I think, again, you have to talk about his season statistics because you take a look at where his points, rebounds, assists are, and he's really taken a jump in the last 5 games. You could really honestly go back in the last 2 weeks and just realize how much better he's playing. So I think he's done a really good job of just playing within the system. He's playing within Nick Nurse's system. You can definitely see that. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from Pascal Siakam. There again, I don't want to focus too much on the negatives. His 3-point shot could definitely be better, but I think he's realizing that that's not his strength. We saw last season, coming into last season, he was taking a lot of 3-pointers, and he was really trying to prove to people, it seemed like, that he's a good 3-point shooter, but that's okay. We don't need him to shoot 40% from the 3 or even 35. As long as he's passing the ball, rebounding, he's getting a good amount of points, and occasionally, once in a while, obviously, it'd be nice if he hit the 3-pointer, but his free throw percentages, you would like that ideally to be up as well. But like I said, guys, we do need to remember he's about a month or so into the season after his shoulder injury, which kept him out sidelined for 5 months. So a lot of things we need to take into consideration, but I'm loving what I'm seeing from both of these guys. Are leaders. It's good to see the Raptors on a 3-game winning streak. But I want to ask you guys, what has impressed you the most over these 3-game win streak of the Raptors? Let me know in the comment section. And as always, guys, I do have a trivia question for you today. And this trivia question is, again, I'm trying to make my trivia questions a little bit more challenging. So which of the following years did the Raptors not have a player representing them in the All-Star game? So was it A, 1999 to 2000? Was it B, 2013 to 2014? Was it C, 2004 to 2005? Or was it D, 2002 to 2003? So the first person to answer this correctly in the comments section gets a shout out in my next video. So again, guys, I just want to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts below, and you can follow me on Instagram. It's the Warriors Report. Twitter is Warrichda. And I do have a bonus clip for you guys today. And this is a beautiful pass of Gary Trent Jr. And it kind of just shows how much he's evolved within the Raptors system. If you saw previously how he played with the Raptors last season, again, it's a work in progress, but normally you would see Gary Trent Jr. just taking the shot. But he has this beautiful pass, which you'll see in this clip. So thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope you guys have yourselves a great day.
Side, the denial. Trent Jr. leads the NBA in steals, finds VanVleet, the three.